And the crowd chants get that paper. And the mob says kill that witch. This city get mad to the max, better wave body by to the high straight kids. Get a 10 for half of the raining. Hot water from the roof to the basement. I'ma smoke to the planet eat races. Build a white flag at a zigzag waving.
Often I'm smoking coffee. Sip lean on the bean like Boston. My young bitch here fine like Cambria when she made that movie coffee. But when my wife in town, a jacket brown just stay up off me. Cause if they don't, somebody get shot and they gon' buy a coffin.
With the pull of a pin, a grenade, and the crowd that they feed it, it's sold to its options. I'm a fool for the win, I've been made to be live, but these other guys drowning in softness. In the urn of the dirt, get tossed in. With a grin of a smirk and a costed. I'm a sin on a burst like a kid in a hearse or a non in a cum shot. Stop it.
Big beast in the cage with a heart for the rage, it seems I can't behave. You can try till you die, oh well, you fail, it seems the world can't be saved. These streets is full with the wolves that starve for the weak, so they after the weak. In the land for the lambs I am, and I be damn phone show my run the jewels, 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 jewels. Run the jewels, 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 jewels.
Hey, son, what's up? Oh, sorry, I fucking gagged there for some reason. I guess this is me and Bates. I thought I had gotten over that. Oh. Yeah, just sitting here, having a time. Yo, son wizard. Space is the place. Cleaned up a bunch of leaves in the backyard and got new dress shoes today. Well, rock on. I fucking finally started, the horror of the last several days has finally started sinking in and now I'm freaking out. I'm moving between freaking out and depression. Bunch of leaves. Yeah. I watched the Five Virtues Sets. No, I haven't. I have not. I have not. Oh, what the hell? Maybe I'll watch it later. I got like 2 movies I gotta watch tonight. I don't know how good they're gonna be, and I'm not sure how, movie mood I am right now. So we'll see. Usually I'm in a, it's been weird. Like when I get real depressive, I'm not usually in a movie mood. I don't know why. Now let's see. Hey, R. Ryle, how you doing? Let's see.
But in the magical, there's a pretty one. I ask her where it goes, 'cause every day when I wonder if she knows that we're underwater. That's the way it goes in the city.
Move to the spot, I'm one of a few. A whole lot of everything but nothing to do. To the inner Tesla, partner, ex-wrestler. He dates Francesca, they on the Xannies. Liposuction, skins for granny. She wants to say some add to her fanny. Girls trip, Miami at the end of the year. Polluted sky, trying to think clear. I heard the bad news while I was
Double Joe from Bison, CF87.
We all play a part in the devil's cheer. Run to the hills, cause the end is near.
There's a pretty one. I ask her where it goes, 'cause every day when I wonder if she knows that we're underwater. That's the way it goes in the city wonder.
Yo, a desolate city where it hurts to smile. Ran into the river since it's been a while. I'm raining in a rando, she's a social scandal. Give her such a handle when it's too much to bear. ABC boys ready to mayor like Sean, he's a writer, took on it there. Now he's singing like a birdie, pulling on his hair. Trending on Twitter's what some of us live for. Friendships skipping out, fucking revolving door. All of this a joke? Pauly Shore, bullshit keeps coming, maybe I'm a matador. What are we living for? Are we all losing our minds? Because life got in the way. They will be here just in time. Your replacement is here to stay. You go, fools go. Everything will disappear. Someone's out here. True.
Let's see, how am I doing? Well, oh, thank you for the donation, L. I appreciate it. Did I hear about the billionaires trapped on St. Barth's Island? No, I didn't. Good. Or is this like a joke and this is going to be a punchline? Hey, Cave Witch, how am I doing tonight? Ooh. Rough. Doing rough tonight. The trauma of the last few days, I think, is catching up with me. I'm now switching between depression and panic. So I'm like, oh my God! That's where I'm at. Apparently they were first stuck on the island because of the attack on Venezuela. Now they can't leave because there's an outbreak of super chlamydia and they're all in quarantine. Well, too bad. Sorry about that, billionaires. I got bigger titties to lick right now. Oh. Kind of ignore the outside world as much as possible. Yeah, I don't blame you. Feeling down, but feeling better? Oh, good. What the fuck? Yeah, it's good to hear. Yeah, I've been full Luigi on Ice agents. I know, man. I know. Fucking ICE agents just killing people. Just people. You know, Senate voted to not give Trump war powers, which was good, but I think now it has to go back to the House of Representatives to go through the process. See, I've been off and on mood-wise because it's the first week back from winter break, but work's been okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh. When the world is a good place, we don't mind work as much. The world's a bad place, man. It drags. It drags. Place your bets. How long till America has its own years of lead? Dude. Dude. I'm trying to figure out what kind of war we're going to have. Because now with the way things are going, I'm like, yeah, now war is on the horizon. It just fucking popped up. It just fucking popped up. Well, I know orcas ain't attacking poor people yachts because that shit don't exist. Oh, and I'm glad. Good. We're done. Like, I'm like, we can't take much more of this. Something's gonna break. And when something breaks, there's usually war. Some kind of war. You know? Bombings make a comeback? Well, we already did that. We already brought him back. We already fucking bombed Venezuela. Let's play it again.
But in the magical, there's a pretty one. I ask her where it goes, 'cause I really wanna wonder if she knows that we're underwater. That's the way it goes in the city.
Oh, you mean shit like McVeigh? I don't know, maybe. I mean, ain't that kind of what school shootings are?
Run to the hills, 'cause the end is near.
There's a pretty one. I ask her where it goes, 'cause I really wanna wonder if she knows that we're underwater. That's the way it goes in the city under.
Yo, a desolate city where it hurts to smile. Ran into the river since it's been a while. I'm raining in a rando. She's a social scandal. Give her such a handle when it's too much to bear. ABC boys rated the mayor like Sean. He's a writer, took on a dare. Now he's singing like a birdie, pulling on his hair. Trending on Twitter's what some of us live for. Friendships giving out, fucking revolving door. All of this a joke. Pauly Shore, bullshit keeps coming. Maybe I'm a matador. What are we living for? Are we all losing our minds? Because life got in the way. They will be here just in time. Your replacement is here to stay.
Everything will disappear. Someone's out here. Travel for too many years to nowhere, nowhere. Nothing here is ever real. You go, fools go. Everything will disappear. Disappear, 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 disappear,
See how bad my blood sugar is. All right, 269. It is high. All right, my blood sugar is high. Oh, well. Oh, well. Shit is what it is. I still think it's best you start owning a gun. No. No. I use a gun, I'd be more likely to use it on myself. I'm not doing that. That explain why the mood is bad? Well, worse anyway? Yeah. Yeah. Star Wars prequels do look fucking prophetic, except we're not quite there yet. Congress does not seem to be up for going to war. That's at least something. Might be able to slow down Trump. We can get Congress against him. It's weird, hard to talk about what's happening as a Canadian other than, yeah, Christian fascism is happening to our downstairs neighbors. Well, no, that's exactly it. Like, that's exactly what's happening. Like, Christian fascism has come to America full force, and we don't know what to do about it. Because all the systems are set in place to let them do whatever the fuck they want. You know, white Christian fascism, by the way, it's white Christian fascism, has been allowed to do whatever the fuck it wanted for so fucking long. Especially in the last, 25 years. Now it's just coming to roost. You know, what do we fucking do about it? And the answer is, I don't fucking know. The power system seems to want to fucking destroy itself, so I don't know how you stop that. Maybe we just let it. Maybe we just let it and survive the coming conflict, you know? Well, I don't look back with rose-tinted glasses on the fucking Bush years, because the Bush years is what allowed this to happen. That's when, all this shit that Trump is doing now was absolutely empowered by the response to 9/11 and the ongoing political bullshittery of the Republicans of the time. What I don't understand is why people fucking go along with such an obvious piece of shit. You know, it's like some sort of magic spell, like he is some sort of dark god, you know, because no one does anything. And you're like, why isn't anybody doing anything? You know, because we got people in positions of power that could probably do something. There are things that could probably be done, but they're not being done. And I have no idea why. I've got nothing. Well, the Reagan years started it, but the Bush years fucking superpowered it. You know, you can track this all the way back to Nixon, really. You know, if you want to go back far enough. You know, the last 60 years of American politics has all led up to this. You know, particularly Republican politics. The biggest problem that we've got right now is that at the end of the day, the Democrats don't want a war, and I don't know that that's preventable anymore. Well, I imagine that Christianity in Canada is also a little different. Christianity in America has been slowly taking over the government since the 50s. All of it is in response to all of it being in response to integration and civil liberties. Like American Christianity is very, very, very against racial integration and is very against racial integration, and because of that is also against civil liberties. Well, the Iran-Contra scandal was a great example. It was a great example. Like, Congress did actually go against the president on that. They went against him hard. It was just easier to fucking blame everything on Ollie North than it was to hold the president accountable.
Wait, who's Oliver North?
What? I can't believe you kids don't know about the great patriot Ollie North. In the 80s there was Cold War drama. We fought the commies inside Nicaragua. Our friends were the Contras. Freedom was their mantra, so we sent them lots of money for guns and landmines. But Congress stopped the Contra money flow just 'cause they moved a teeny bit of blow. But then a hero came forth, his name was Oliver North. He and Reagan went around the sissy Congress. Ollie North, Ollie North. You see, North secretly sold missiles to a harmless country called Iran that would always be a grateful ally. Then he gave the profits to the Contras. Genius! But the sales were uncovered by the press. Reagan and North began to stress. 'Cause what they did was technically high treason. But it was totally justified. North volunteered to take the blame to save Reagan from prison rape shame. The truth he did bury with his hot secretary, thanks to her shredder. He got off totally scot-free. Ollie North, he's a soldier and a hero and a novelist, and now he's on Fox News.
Crap, that's the end.
Yep. And yeah, that's pretty much how it went down. Iran-Contra was a big deal. It was a huge deal. But it showed the people. It was the first crack. It was a tiny crack. It was in comparison to some shit that's happened since. But like, just the fact that Oliver North got off scot-free was like a big deal. You know. Yeah. You want to. There are a lot of great resources like that song tell you about American history. You know, they're probably not even. They probably are still not even talking about the Vietnam War in American schools. Almost no one knows what the Gulf of Tonkin incident is. And for those of you who don't, because not because you're dumb, but because you've probably never been told. The Gulf of Tonkin incident was an American, was supposed to be that an American freighter had been attacked by the Viet Cong, thus prompting America to enter Vietnam. It has since been proven that the Gulf of Tonkin incident, which set off the Vietnam War, didn't happen. Didn't happen. It was a complete lie. They wanted to go into Vietnam, and so they completely fabricated a reason. You know, like they didn't even go as far as like, it was the weapons of mass destruction of the day. Gerald Ford should have never pardoned Nixon. That should never have happened. Never. But it's a great example of, well, the system protects the big guys. It protects them. It doesn't protect us. You know, it doesn't protect us in the same way. Yeah. The same with sinking of the Maine. Yeah. And the Spanish American War. Yeah, it was the exact same deal. You know, all wars are personal wars. You know, that's something that you got to understand. All wars are personal. Talked about neoliberalism and the militarism in the U.S. Yeah. It's kind of funny because, like, when you look at everything that the U.S. is supposed to do for the world order, you understand why it is such a militaristic country. I almost said company, gave the whole thing away. But you understand why it thinks it needs this sort of endless, forever, gigantic budget to keep things going. When you consider that the United States is responsible for the majority of the international sea trade routes. Actually, most of the international trade routes, period. Like, that's a big deal. You got to keep those things safe. You got to keep, like, pirates. Like, you're never going to completely get rid of pirates, but when pirates are your only problem, you're actually kind of sitting pretty. You're sitting kind of pretty because normally the big problem would be other countries, not pirates in the sense that we think, but as in another country's navy. That's why the Venezuelan thing is so shocking and so worrisome, and why his whole rhetoric against NATO is so terrifying. You know, the world order that the United States maintains is cracking severely. Which is, of course, why, in my opinion, why Congress is probably moving against him. Because it's one thing to want to turn America into an autocracy. It's another thing to bankrupt the country. It's another thing to put America in a position where the other countries aren't giving us money. Oh, yeah. The Spanish-American War was basically, we like these colonies, can we take them? But, like, there was false pretense for that war. And that'd be the sinking of the Maine. That was the false pretense. That is called establishing the moral cause. In the words of Sun Tzu, that is establishing the moral cause. This is why we are going to war and why we have to kill. Yeah, people are wondering if China is going to make a run for Taiwan. It just became a bigger possibility. Yeah, so they're Lusitania. Closer to their Lusitania than their Pearl Harbor. Like, the thing about Pearl Harbor is that it did happen. Like, that's the big difference. Pearl Harbor was actually attacked. Was actually attacked without warning. The only reason we're not really at war with Venezuela right now is because Venezuela can't really mount any sort of offensive against the United States. It cannot win. I've actually done a lot of research on the on Pearl Harbor. And I don't think that they allowed Pearl Harbor to be bombed through malfeasance. It was incompetence. It was incompetence that basically made it happen. And don't underestimate the Japanese Navy's ability to perform a sneak attack, which is what it was. It was a sneak attack. They pulled that shit off real well. Like, what I'm saying is, don't underestimate the Japanese. You know, like, they were a threat. They were an actual threat. And America wasn't the military power it is today. Yeah, the CIA was created to prevent another Pearl Harbor. They failed 3 times. Once in 9/11, 2 other times when Trump was in the White House. Yeah. Yeah. You were born on Pearl Harbor Day, didn't know a lot about it. Oh, yeah. They don't talk about it a lot. But like, all the events surrounding Pearl Harbor come down to 2 things. The Japanese performed a perfect sneak attack. And the only chance we had of preventing it got lost. Yeah, America, that was one time when America didn't need pretext to go to war. It had it. It just had text. You know, it just right there. You bombed us. Okay, we're going to war. I'm going to Congress right now. We're going to determine whether or not we're going to war. And Congress is like, yeah, we're going to war. Fuck those guys. Now, the attack on Pearl Harbor was a pretext for us to get into the European theater. But we had every reason to fucking strike at the Japanese. I mean, technically, we had every reason to strike the Germans, too. To strike the Nazis, too. They just hadn't directly attacked us. Yeah, I believe Canada actually got involved in World War II before America did. I don't know as much about Canadian history in World War II, but I believe that was the case. No, Hitler was very dumb to declare war on America. I don't know how much that would have changed if he hadn't. But, yeah, that was very stupid. You know, World War II, we've been winning on World War II tactics for a very long time. In fact, the attack on Venezuela actually proves the thing that I keep saying about the American military. We can get there. Whoever you are, wherever you are on the world, we can get to you. You know, it's the whole thing we're good at. Building a nation, defending territory. In the words of General S. Patton, let the Hun do that. We are constantly advancing, and we are not holding on to anything except the enemy. That is the absolute basis of all U.S. military force. Nice country, too bad if something happened to it. Because we can actually make good on that threat. If we wanted to bomb Moscow, we could. We absolutely fucking could. There's no question. There is no fucking question. It might be a costly attack, but we could do it. We could absolutely fucking do it. I wouldn't say it was a good idea, just like I don't think that Venezuela was a good idea. It was, in fact, it's a bad idea, but we can do it. Oh, yeah, we're terrible at occupation. Terrible. Just absolutely dog shit at it. You know, because, like, to be honest, if you wanted to truly conquer a nation, like, make it part of, like, America becomes an empire, like a real empire, like removes all pretense, and we're just going to be an empire now. We know what kind of empire it'll be, and it won't be a very good one. Because a good empire, like a functioning empire, wouldn't have a Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico would just be officially part of America. It's ours now. You're now Americans. You will obey American law. And in exchange, you get our protection and our infrastructure. It's when Rome stopped doing that it began to decay. But in the early days, that's what it did. Hell, that's what the Mongols did. You could surrender to the Mongols, and they would just kill the nobles. You could do that. Yeah, we have a lot of territories. I don't know how many in comparison, how many like satellite territories we have in comparison to Canada. But yeah, we have American Samoa, Puerto Rico, Guam, and I think the Virgin Islands. I think America might have a few more. It might have a couple more. But like if we were a proper functioning empire, they would just be part of America. They would be states. They would be part of the United States. Oh, why isn't Liberia isn't a U.S. territory? Because we're dog shit at it. So we're dog shit at it. What do all those places have in common? What do all those places have in common that we do have territories in? They're islands. They're small islands. The only place that an attack could come from is within. Who are PR people? Oh, Puerto Rican? Yeah, Philippines is, I think Philippines is Commonwealth country, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it technically is. Like, we definitely have, like, very strong ties in the Philippines. Extremely strong. You know. Puerto Rico. Okay, yeah. Yeah, but, like, a proper empire would have just made Puerto Rico a state. It would have just become a state. But no. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, what I know Philippines has its own government. Am I talking about Maduro? No. I mean, we're talking about American imperialism, not Maduro specifically. Republic of the Philippines. Yeah, Philippines is technically an independent nation. I say technically an independent nation that just has that just seems to happen to have a lot of United States naval bases on it. You know, maybe that's the best way of describing the Philippines geopolitically. Oh, yeah. Well, the Philippines is really fucking important. It's really fucking important for trade and invasion purposes. You know? That China Sea, man. It's important. Huh. Yeah, I wish there was like Yeah. They don't tell you how important geography is to fucking warfare and peace. Both peace and warfare. I think if they did, people would be a lot more interested. Yeah, never fight a land war in Asia unless you're the Mongols. I mean, even then, they didn't conquer all of Asia, but they did conquer quite a lot of it. Like, one of the things I don't think Asians get enough credit for, we will go guerrilla warfare on you. That has always been the strength of the Asian people. We'll come out of the fucking ground. We'll dig holes in the ground. We'll come out of the jungle. You know? Like, we'll play dead until you get close. Like, it's fucking crazy. Like, if you actually look at, like... Hell, just look at what China did during the Japanese occupation. You're gonna go, what the fuck? You know, what the fuck? And I'm gonna be a little fucking, little controversial here. You know who I credit mostly, I really, really credit with those tactics? Mao Zedong. Not a stupid man. Whether or not you think he is evil is one thing, but you cannot say he was stupid. You know, that little red book, man. He was the one who decided if you wanted communism to spread, you needed the help of the farmers. Not the intellectuals, the farmers. Duh. He was a really good tactician. He was a really good tactician. Like, he beat Chiang Kai-shek, who was no slouch. Yeah. But Shek would not have been successful without the People's Army. You know, and don't get me wrong, I think Mao Zedong was an evil man. But he was smart. He knew what the Asian people were good at. Slitting throats in the middle of the goddamn night. When the American... This is one of my favorite fucking stories of World War II. So they got to take this clip. The Americans got to take this clip. And they send a battalion of American Chinese to take it. And it's this clip that nobody fucking could take. Nobody could take it. You know, but the Chinese guys realized that there was one side that they were weak on. The clip. So this battalion scales the cliff in the dead of fucking night. Gets to the top. We're talking hammer and piston. It's like, climb it. up a sheer fucking rock to attack a Japanese fucking base in the middle of the night and win. No, we'll fuck you up in the cover of darkness, man. Honorable combat. Let the Japanese fucking handle that shit. We are constantly attacking under the cover of darkness, and we say nothing ever, even after we've killed the enemy. If Chairman Mao was alive today, what do you think about the current world and its political structures? He would think that they were too capitalist. He would think that they were too capitalist, and that he would, however, think that China was doing very, very well. He would be saying that China has already won the trade war. And that this proves that the People's Revolution is a just one. For it is about to overtake the United States in terms of trade. That's what he would say. That's what he would say. Unless we're talking about Mao with dementia. You know, when he was like real old. Like that would be Mao at his like functional. When he started having dementia and shit, he would have just asked for more women. The Chiang Kai-shek was the greatest procurement officer the PLA ever had. Well, I mean, to be fair, he was a great procurement officer. You know, they wouldn't have had all the American fucking machinery if it hadn't been for Shek. It just wouldn't have. Yeah, ninjas were a thing. Ninjas were a thing, but what was more of a thing were farmers' uprisings in Japan. Not that China didn't have them; they had plenty. But like Japan, is actually a little famous for it. You know, so who were the ninjas? The ninjas were the farmers. Those are farmer guerrilla tactics that they use. That's why all the ninja weapons look so weird. They're based on farming equipment. You know, like that sickle on a chain. That's literally a sickle. You hold it in one hand, cut with the other. In case you drop the sickle, you can pull it back by the chain. That's the original use of that thing. The throwing stars, you know, small, concealable. It's the equivalent of throwing darts at them. Do you think now that Trump and the Americans took Maduro, Russia, and China might start feeling justified in taking Ukraine and Taiwan respectively? Well, Russia doesn't need to feel any more justified in taking the Ukraine. It just doesn't. As far as Taiwan, the question with China is not whether it's feasible. Whether it's justifiable morally. It's whether or not it's feasible. Taiwan's a harder country to attack. The seas are rough. You know, one typhoon in that area, coming in and running into one typhoon while invading Taiwan, you're fucked. You're just fucked. Now, China could absolutely perform a land invasion of Taiwan. It absolutely could. The question has always been, what's it going to cost them? And Trump doing what he did in Venezuela did two things. You have to remember it does two things. One, it showed that the U.S. is unpredictable. Two, it showed that the United States could get shit done still. So everyone is worried about us, but they also know our military is extremely effective. We just proved it. And the Asian tendency, the Asian cultural tendency when you have a very powerful, unpredictable enemy is to hunker down and wait. The tendency is to hunker down and wait. Remember what I said about guerrilla warfare? China, not even, I mean, obviously they got to worry about the United States if they attack Taiwan. Maybe Trump is stupid enough to not do anything about that. So let's say that's off the table. America is not coming to help Taiwan. Let's just assume that. Taiwan has a military force, is a population that for the longest time, and I think it still does, has compulsory military service. Much like Israel. No, Trump cannot hand Taiwan to fucking China on a silver platter. He could try. I don't think that's what would happen. China would still have a fight on its hands. It would have a huge fight on its hands. Now, could China just overwhelm Taiwan? Sure, if you're willing to go scorched earth with it. But if you go scorched earth with Taiwan, what do you get in exchange? Nothing. The reason you want Taiwan is because it's so important to defense and trade. Trade more specifically. If you're China, trade more specifically. You destroy Taiwan, you destroy Pacific trade. And then where does that trade go? Is it going to go to you? Hell no. It's going to go to Japan. It'll go to Japan. It's not going to go to China. It's going to go to Japan. Probably split between Japan and the Philippines. You might be able to scrape away a little bit of it. But what are you going to do? Attack the Japanese next? I mean, you could, but then what? That's the thing about Taiwan. You conquer Taiwan, you immediately come into conflict with Japan. And they know those are fights. Like that's Russia-Ukraine type fight. You know, that's probably the best way of putting it. It's a Ukraine type of fight. And now you got two of them? Doesn't matter how effective your fucking army is. Like the Japanese, you're going to go against the Japanese Navy. Really? The thing that they're known for. Militarily above everything else, they're known for their Navy. You know what Taiwan is known for militarily? It's Air Force. Those two get together, you're done. You are now in a war that you are not going to win swiftly. That is a protracted fucking military adventure. In which if you lose big. That's the problem. That's why Taiwan hasn't been attacked. You know, the United States fucking not retaliating is just the icing and the cherry on the cake. Because if the U.S. intervenes, you ain't got no hope. You got no chance. China still remembers the Korean War. You don't, but China does. And you're like, but Jack, China didn't enter the Korean War. Correct. Do you know why? Because the Taiwanese Air Force shot down all their planes. And I don't mean like, that's not hyperbole. They literally shot all of them out of the air and took no losses. Taiwan, I don't know if Taiwan is... I wouldn't say Taiwan is safe. That'd be way too arrogant. But you got to really think about it if you want to succeed. And you have to succeed, and quickly. You can't have that area in a protracted war, or you'll lose any reason for you to be there in the first place. And piss off a neighboring country at the same time. A country, by the way, that already doesn't like you. Yeah, they're not allowed to have a military force of their own. Let's see how long that lasts. The problem with Trump isn't that just that he's stupid. It's that he is also unpredictable. If they attack Taiwan, if they do something to piss Trump off, he might just start World War III with China. Yeah, he's maliciously dumb and crazy. So his idiocy means that he might not defend Taiwan, but it also means that he might declare a war on you anyway. So the best way I could say it is, I don't know, but if China did invade Taiwan, it would cost them. Taiwan would have to just surrender. And I don't know if it would do that. I don't know that Taiwan would just roll over. They might fight to the death. Like, let me put it this way. China thought that Hong Kong was just going to roll over. That they could just bring in tanks and they would just roll over. Wrong. Wrong. Once again, guerrilla tactics, baby. Guerrilla tactics. The fucking... Hong Kong didn't even have an army. It just had people. People were willing to fight in the street. Fucked them up. Like they had people throwing, they had fucking tanks throwing shells and rockets at them and they still fought back. But you know what did work? Politics. Yeah, that was just against students and shit. Yeah, but what did give China more control of Hong Kong? Politics. Politics did it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Taiwan would surrender. I don't see Taiwan as rolling over very easily. Like, one of the big political sticking points of Taiwan is how friendly someone is with the mainland. You know, that thing we call China. That's a big sticking point and a big point of contention. And when you have that kind of contention happening, that means someone's going to fight back. Because it ain't just the people. Okay, that applies to the armed forces as well. Someone's going to fight back. All right, I'm going to leave you with the sounds of the thrill while I get myself another coffee. If China did invade Taiwan, do you think Japan and Australia would team up to defend? Yes. Yes, I do, actually. The ties that Taiwan has between with Australia is very strong. Very strong ties. Yeah, and if China attacked Taiwan, Japan would be like, whoa. No, Japan would respond. I don't like this one as much. Yeah, the Australian ties with Taiwan were strong enough that they sent me a letter of condolence when my grandfather died. Because my grandfather actually trained a lot of their diplomats. Although they're foreign diplomats, anyway. Yeah. The ties between Australia and Taiwan were really tight, or really strong. Yeah. Yeah, I met several Australian ambassadors to Taiwan because of my grandfather. I mean, I was really little, and I only knew that they were ambassadors from Australia, you know. Yeah, it was very nice of them, you know. Yeah, if China sells more weapons to Cambodia to try to, like... No, I could see why that would be more of a concern. Like, you're in Thailand. Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, it's not quite my birthday yet, but, like, within an hour and 15 minutes, it will be. Would you ever become an ambassador? Oh, geez, you got to be kidding me. Given the opportunity, I don't know what sort of awful fucking conditions would have to fucking happen in order for me to become an ambassador. If given the opportunity, oh man. I don't know. Oh, it's past midnight where you are? Well, it ain't past midnight where I am. That's what counts. Yeah. It's going to be my birthday in an hour and 15 minutes. Did I miss a conversation about what happened yesterday? Which one are you talking about? You talking about Minneapolis? If you're talking about Minneapolis, yeah. Yeah, you missed that. You'd watch that show where I was fucking ambassador? It'd be a black comedy, I'm telling you.
It's January 9th, and the East Coast happy birthday.
Oh, thank you, El Riggs. Thank you. Yeah, we talked about Minneapolis a little bit earlier. The problem is that I'm still kind of like in shock. Like, the fact that it didn't surprise me didn't lessen the blow a little bit. But, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I don't know what to. The problem is I don't know what to add to that. I can only add more outrage, and I'm just too depressed and scared right now to fucking be properly outraged. Oh, during our time in D.C. in a diplomatic capacity, my dad had a few dealings with Aussies, Kiwis, a lot. It was really nice. Yeah. They have a good diplomatic arm. You know, what did your dad do in do in D.C.? Plot of a contrived live-action Disney movie or a parody of one? No, it'd be a black comedy. It'd be a black comedy of a guy who's just trying to get things done and everyone's stopping him. Yeah, how the fuck are you going to say it was an act of domestic terrorism? ICE agent just shot a woman in cold blood. Oh, well, we got to see all the angles. No, we don't. No, we don't. Now, if you want to make the argument, well, nothing's going to be done. That's valid. But we can't say that that was justified. They were driving away. And everybody has said you're not allowed to shoot someone just because you're in pursuit. Oh, she attacked us. That's not what it looked like to me. It looked like she was trying to get away. And that recording of the husband who was in the car with her? Jesus. Yeah, ICE agents aren't even allowed to shoot potential deportees. They shouldn't even have guns, to be honest. Yeah, they've always been like this. You know, fuck ICE. Yeah, there's a recording of her husband in the car with her because he's like called 911 because, you know, she'd been shot. Oh, was it her wife? Her wife, sorry. Sorry about that. Yeah, fuck that dog killing bitch in charge of it. I mean, just good God. No, I think what people are going to do is they're going to get really, what they're already doing, which is getting really mad. I just wish I was like, I kind of wish I was in sync with that. I'm not in sync with that at the moment. I'm angry, but I'm far too like scared and depressed. Yes, bad times, man. Well, like I think about how I'm feeling and why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling, and it's kind of like I come from a situation where I'm really, 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 really used to white bullies just getting away with shit. You know, to hell with whatever happened to me. To hell with whatever I feel. You know, I just got to understand this. I got to understand that someone's got to think about football. I got to understand that I don't deserve protection. I got to understand that I'm the one that's out of line. It'd be so scary if the ICE agents' names and addresses got leaked. Yeah, it would. We'll see if that happens. I hope the next year brings some good news to me, mate. Well, I hope so too. I hope so too. I'm sure I'll get to back to anger soon, you know, but man, am I just. Thank you for the happy birthday, Jay Tilton. You take care. Yeah, if I'm honest, I'm just scared and depressed about the whole Minneapolis thing. You know, it's like maybe normally I'd be fire and fury, but right now I'm just like, oh God. You know? The shooter's name was made public. Ooh. 4 eyes of oppression. Oh. What's that? Just dropped kid off of school, and now our kid is an orphan. I know. Jonathan Ross. Well, find him. The institutional, interpersonal, internalized, and ideological. Ah, yes. Yeah. Like if the funny thing is whoa, excuse me. It's happening again. I gotta fucking watch that shit. Yeah, I am glad the mayor of Minneapolis is like, get the fuck out of my city. And I'm also glad that the governor of Minnesota is attempting to activate the National Guard against ICE. That was actually a really good move. All of 6 months ago, he was hit and dragged by a car in the line of duty. What duty? What are we talking about? The shooter? Is that what they're saying? Doing your duty. Your duty is a sham, man. Oh. Is the National Guard going to do to ICE? Well, it hasn't happened yet. But what it does is it creates. It's a move that means that Trump can't do it. Now, he could do it already, but then you've got a National Guard that has conflicting orders. Now, maybe the chaos is something he would want. But it's good that Minnesota isn't going to just roll over. Yeah, a lot of ICE agents. Yeah, God damn it. There we go again. Oh, I see where that is coming from. Okay. But like, yeah, we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. Anything could happen. It's what's so terrifying. It's what's so scary. You know? One of the things that I do blame, I don't. A group of people I do actually blame for a lot of this shit is the Joe Rogan comedy crew. For doing so much to normalize this. And for so many of them, like doing that Saudi Arabian comedy thing. I'm like, no, American comedy is essentially dead. It's cultural relevance has never been greater, but the comedy itself has never been worse. You know what their excuses for not wearing body cams? There aren't enough to go around. Oh, yeah, right. With all your fucking funding, you couldn't handle it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Joe Rogan is the new Lord Ha Ha. You know, he actually is. Plenty of guns and ammo, but no body cams. Yeah, because they're not supposed to be held accountable. They're supposed to be above the law. They're all living out a Judge Dredd fantasy right now. Oh, fuck you. I have... ICE agent got injured. Oh, too bad. Very sad. Too bad. Very sad. I got to be honest, like I said before, I didn't see before I couldn't see the conflict on American shores. Now I can. We're not there quite yet, but it's, like I said, it's poked its head up over the horizon. Peekaboo. Ugh. Sorry, I got some you know what? I'm going to calm myself by putting in book tags in my gaming manual. Look at that. Ah, look at that. I put a tag in my gaming book. Now I will always know where the XP page is. Yeah, man. I guess the cold in Europe feels different because F5 is cold and nice weather where I'm from. Oh, man. Let me put on some music because I got to use the euphemism. Woo! All right, I'm back. Oh, man. What a fucking... Nah. That's better. Oh. Man. Old Jack's blood sugar is not doing well today, and I know why. Oh, hey, Harrison Plot. Hope this community gives you your flowers. Oh, thanks, man. Thanks, man. Can't wait for what 2026 brings. It's already bringing the thunder, baby, and I'm fucking not handling it well. It's already, 2026 decided it's already going to bring the noise. And I finally got around to asking for a birthday present, and fucking place sold out. I mean, I just, motherfucker. How's my blood sugar? Bad. It's bad. Ain't good. Can only go up from here. Oh, don't say that. I mean, I hope that's true. Oh. Let's see. What we got? What we got? What we got? Oh, Satan, Satan, Satan. Thank you. Drink some water. Yeah, I'll do that in a minute. So him down. Anything I could do? I don't know. I don't know. I guess we'll just see. I think let's just rock out for a minute. Yeah. Yeah, it might be time for the years old mental squeegee. I know what you mean, man. I know what you're talking about. My birthdays always kind of suck, so, you know. Man, you know who I should talk to? I haven't talked to in like a couple. I haven't talked to in a long time. Mike Moss. Old Darth Mike. I haven't talked to him in like a year. Ooh, religion for Bex. Talk about psychedelics and the connection with religious experience. Ooh. Ah. Yeah, good dude. Good dude. Darth Mike's a good dude. Oh, thank you, Son Wizard, for the donation. I'll do it, Space Cowboy. Yogi, yeah, I haven't talked to you. Well, here's the thing. I've been trying to get in contact with Yogi. The guy is uncontactable right now, and I don't know why. Man is uncontactable. But no, Darth Mike is a different guy. He's back. Darth Mike is from the old days. He's from back in the day. Another guy I could probably stand to like see how he's doing is Dave Walter. I haven't talked to that guy in a minute. Oh, I'm sorry. In a minute, I haven't talked to that guy. A minute. Not a minute. A minute. Oh, thank you for the donation, El Riggs. Once again, on a pilgrimage? Yeah, Yogi might be on a pilgrimage. Like, he'll do that. But he's got to be back because, like, I know he's still, like, only in the middle of the school year. And he's got kids to take care of. I can't imagine. Did he fall into the everlasting pit of WoW permanently? I have no idea. I have no idea because for all that we both played World of Warcraft, we were never in the same guild together. Man lived in my house and we weren't in the same guild. What's up with that? What's up with that? You know, funny enough, I recently got back into WoW for a little bit. You know, just to have something to do while I'm freaking out and can't do anything else. It's just like, yeah, play a warlock. Yeah, y'all don't even know. Oh, your wisdom tooth and gums are killing you? Ooh, probably time to see a dentist. You know, I barely talk to anyone now since my best friend moved out of town. Yeah. That's what happened with these guys. Like, they moved away and, like, we lost contact with them. Yeah. As far as I know, Yogi's still teaching. I can't, God damn it. Thought I had fucking handled that. What? But, like, for instance, I can see Yogi picking up all of his earthly possessions and just wandering the earth like Kane and Kung Fu. But, like, you know what? I'll ask John. Maybe John's heard from him. Maybe he knows what's up. Yeah. Yeah, he might just be in the trenches of school and just be like, I can't. Yeah, that dude. Oh, yeah. He'd still be playing WoW as there's this huge party going on. You know? Well, it's weird because, like, I often wondered what was up with David, because, like, I love the guy. But, like, that guy's, like, social anxiety was very strange. And I can never quite figure it out. And I want to know if he ever figured it out. You know? Because I don't know what was going on with Dave. He's a really chill dude. But his behavior has some similarities with a lot of people I know who later came out as trans. So I kind of wonder. And it's not like I would have picked up on anything because I am fantastically bad at picking out trans. I'm fantastically... I got gaydar. I don't have a transceiver. You know, like it was like, what's he trying to escape? What was he trying to escape? You know, and I don't know because he never really got into it. You know, I do know that he had some of the worst luck. The guy had some of the worst fucking luck. Like, he got hit by a car on the street going to a job interview once. That was like, did someone in your family step on a leprechaun? No, I'm not saying he was. I'm saying I wonder if he was. Because, like, I've seen a lot of trans people do that same thing, a lot of the same things Dave did. So I'm like, I wonder. You know, and because, like, I'm so bad at noticing that, I wouldn't know. Like, I wouldn't have known. You know, it's just a possibility. It's a thing that became a possibility, but I don't know that it is. You know, as far as I know, he's got trauma from the military he never fucking dealt with. You know. You know, for all I know, he just had, like, really crippling social anxiety. You know. Which could go along with any of those other things or might be its own thing. You know. Have I heard from the Hatter? Yeah. I've heard from the Hatter. Yeah, I still, every couple of months, I see the Hatter. But I still keep in contact with Andy. Oh, I haven't talked to Andy, and he's another guy I haven't talked to in like a minute. We were never really close. We were just video buddies. We were video content creator buddies. But I haven't reached out to him in like ages. Yeah, maybe I should. I don't know how I would do that though. I don't have like his email or anything. I talked to him through Twitter and he left Twitter. I think he's on Blue Sky now though. Yeah, maybe I should contact him. Did he got hit by? Did he make it? Did not, sadly. I guess one was a snow cone or something. Yeah, okay, but I take it he made it. If we're joking about him not getting a snow cone, I assume he survived. Yeah, I know Darth Mike occasionally still talks to Dave, so I'll get his contact information from him. Hey, Livy had the weirdest luck. Yeah. Dave Walter had the weirdest luck. It just had no luck at all. Jesus fucking Christ, Mini Labs had to shut down its school system today because of ICE bullshit. I believe it. No. Keep them kids at home. Moved to Florida, Mary has 6 kids. Oh, cool. He'll probably get eventually bit by a shark eventually. Oh my God. What is wrong with us? I think this is the third time I played this song. Man, I remember just Castle Funkenstein, the house that me and Jimmy Jam used to live in together. Fucking through it being Fiddler's Green, through it being House of Rebel Angels, and then as Castle Funkenstein, for the longest time, we just had so many people in the house at any point of the day, which was both wonderful and frustrating at the same time. We used to have, and we threw these legendary house parties, man. We used to throw these fucking legendary house parties. Yeah, the Folsom Street Fair parties, holy crap. That shit would just, we didn't even throw parties at Folsom Street Fair, first Folsom Street Fair. We just knew they were gonna happen. Remember? Oh, this song is the Gorillaz' New Gold. Yeah, well, we lived right off Folsom Street. So it's no, the party's coming here no matter what we do. So the house was just kind of open to it, and it just happened. Your betrothed is waking up. All right, take care, Motor. Thanks for the birthday wishes. I appreciate it. Yeah, literally it ate the Folsom, you know. So it was like, nah, people are just coming over today. Because people would need a place to take on and off their bondage gear, right? And our house was open to that. Yeah, dead center of the fair. I got so fucking numb to the Folsom Street Fair, man. I got so numb to that shit. You know, we lived at that place for what, 7 years? Yeah, I think it was. I think it was about 7 years that we lived at that place. Yeah, I think those are the golden memories. Oh shit. Sorry, I said golden. Now, I'm going to play a song because I said golden, but some of you are going to assume it was going to be K-pop Demon Hunters. No, it's going to be David Bowie. Golden years, so I'm 51.
Taking you nowhere.
Angel.
Look at that sky, life's begun. Nights are warm and the days are young. There's my baby lost, that's all. Once I'm begging you, save a little soul. Last night they loved you, opening doors and pulling some strings.
I aspired to be the friend whose house is open. I grew up in a house party family, but since I moved, parking isn't so great. Yeah. Golden years. Oh.
Some of these days and it won't be long. Gonna drive back down where you once belonged, in the back of a dream car, 20-foot.
You refuse to believe I'm 51? Well, you share this with me. We Asian. We age slow. My dad's 74. He only now looks like he's in his 50s. Yeah, born in 75. Yeah. Me and Jimmy Jam have known each other for, over 30 years. Yeah, we knew each other from back in Washington, D.C. We were babies. You know? We were babies back in D.C., man. All right, I'm gonna play this one for Jim, for Jimmy Jam, but I can only play a little bit of it.
Oh, I got a live one here.
Oh yeah, Bruce dying. It feels weird. No, I think Jimmy Jam's a little older than I am by like 2-3 years. Hold on, we gotta at least get to this. Keep busted. 6 years. Damn. Yeah, that's probably about as all as I can get away with for YouTube. YouTube cops come and fucking shut the stream down and shit. Yeah, but yeah, I won't look old until I look like fucking Pai Mei and shit. You know. Thank you, Star Wars. Yeah, I remember. God. Was it House Cambodia, and then what was it called after Cambodia House? Like that house broke up, and then fucking Amelia and Forrest created another one, but I forget what they called themselves. Man, Cambodia House was wild. Like, yeah, I can't remember what they had a name for it, but I can't remember it. Like, you think like some of the stories me and Jimmy Jam of living together sound kind of wild. Dude, Cambodia was wild and fucking intense. Like, there were guns in that house. And not a small number. I'm pretty sure that's essentially what broke the house up. Because it's like, okay, someone's going to get killed. Someone's going to die here. Oh, man. So much fucking drama. Well, yeah, everyone was in their Asian dough raisin. Yep. Bailed. Yeah, you bailed on the crowd by that time. Too much fucking drama. Yeah, shotguns fired in the middle of a party. Yeah, what? Yeah. Fucking, well, it was fucking insane. It was fucking insane. Like, you know, I sometimes say, you know, like, sometimes I get so much keeping it real, I need a little fake. Yeah, that describes Cambodia House. They kept that shit real, like real. Fucking, oh, God, Johnny. Fucking. Yeah, he fired off that fucking shotgun, blew a hole in the fucking roof. Just. Good God. Yeah, massive hole in the ceiling. Good God. Like, no one died. No one ever died. No one ever died. But, well, I mean, like, not from the events of the parties. Like some of the people we knew in Cambodia House have since died, but not as a direct result of things that happened at that house. Yeah, this is the beginning, man. Well, the Countess came from a house that had a rule of no gun running. And you know that rule, that there's an old saying, if there's a rule about it, something happened. I don't know if anyone did or didn't make a noise complaint. I don't think any of us stuck around that long. God, fuck. What was Johnny's nickname? Did some people go to jail? Eventually, but not as a result of things that happened in Cambodia House. Yeah. As in running guns in the house, or storing and selling guns? As in storing and selling them. Jesus Christ. Like, actually, I think the only two people we knew actually, I know that went to jail. Johnny Slaughter, that's it. I knew it was something. Let's see, like there was Fast Eddie, and then Roland. And now I think about it, the story of Fast Eddie and the story of Roland are like kind of identical. They both like went to jail over fucked up things that happened with an ex. Yeah. I understood why no one fucking hung around Eddie no more. You know, I understood that. Just like I understood when you like... I also understood why you moved to California so you didn't kill Roland. Holy shit. He's the first person you met at EveCon? Yeah, he could be a great dude. Don't date him. Don't fucking date him. Oh my God. So, you're we like talking around this. So I'll just get to it. Okay, so what did Eddie go to jail for? Eddie went to jail because he kidnapped an ex-girlfriend. He kidnapped an ex-girlfriend, tied her up, and then threatened to commit suicide in front of her. Whoa. He got put away for a little bit after that. Incorrect. Oh, wait, what? Incorrect? What happened then? He did not kidnap her. Oh, okay. But the threatening to commit suicide thing in front of her did happen, right? They lived in the same house. Oh, okay. Yeah. She dumped him. Oh, damn. Well, I knew that she dumped him. I didn't know she was living with him at the time. Peely talked to her, she refused. Oh, man. Oh. Ooh. Sounds depressed, dangerous. He didn't seem dangerous until this happened. Wait, was it Roland who tried to kidnap somebody? Was it Roland who tried to break into somebody's house and do something similar, but like didn't go through with it because like he got caught? Am I putting two guys together and did something similar but not identical? Yeah. I think we're all glad that he didn't kill her then himself. Glad about that. Yeah. On the West Coast, drugs are more intense. On the East Coast, life is more intense. Who are these mad people you lived around? My friends. Eddie's one of the coolest people I ever know. He's madly in love with this chick. I can tell you some stories. Nothing to do with Eddie. Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. No, it was fucked up. But I know what you... No. Like that's one of those things of a guy... A guy who was a really good guy, like flipping off the handle. Yeah. He went to jail. So he got out. Yeah, he eventually got out. I think he did like a nickel, right? I mean, most of the fucking trauma he caused was emotional. Like I don't remember him actually like harming her in a physical way. But damn, it was scary. Oh. Oh, is that what happened? Yeah, I remember like after that, no one would talk to Eddie because like, whoa. Yeah, and I didn't know him that well. I just knew that I met him a few times and then that happened. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I remember that being I remember him not being a bad guy, but also that he did that. It's hospice. Oh, man. Oh, man. Yeah. Oh, man. Ugh. Ugh. God. God. Yeah, I was really out of the loop by that point. You know, I didn't even know he died. I mean, I guessed, but like, I didn't know that happened. Oh, man. I don't remember. I remember Bytor. I don't remember Fuzzface. Yeah, me and Jim, we used to hang. That was that real punk crowd, man. Yeah, that shit was for really real. Work security, red glasses, but not Slash. Okay, longish, bushy red hair, wore glasses, worked security, but wasn't Slash. No, I don't think I ever knew this guy. This guy, I don't think I knew. Not Slash. Yeah. The only guy I know that I knew from back then that would correspond to that description would be Slash. And if it wasn't him, no, I didn't know Buzzface. Man. He was super tight with Bruce. Do you have any other names? Because I'm finding it hard to believe that I didn't know this guy. So I'm trying to think of maybe if he had another name that I would know him by that. And was he a big anime guy? Was he one of the anime importers? No. Okay, god damn it. Yeah, I don't know this guy. Yeah, nothing's coming up. Remember Gelfling? I remember that shit. Oh, you meant like EveCon 2 or 4. Oh, that explain it. I didn't show up to like EveCon like fuck. I think it was EveCon 90, I think. The 1990, 91. You still talk to Gelf? How's she doing? Yesterday was her birthday. Oh, that's right. We had we had birthdays were very close together. Yeah. Yeah, I stopped talking to her. She just got too crazy for me. You know, she got a little too crazy for me, and if hanging out with her felt a little too much like hanging around my house at the time. So yeah, no, couldn't handle that. Oh yeah, she definitely had bad luck. Well, I remember there was that whole AIDS scare. Like I remember that. That happened like pretty soon after we moved to the West Coast. Sounds like the nightlife crowd had some drawbacks. Oh, it always does, man. It always does. It has really big highs and really big lows. It is a fucking... And the funny thing was, we know most of these people through science fiction conventions. Yeah, she had an AIDS scare. Yeah, she had an... Yeah. AIDS went around for a hot minute. Because, like, as far as I know, only a couple people got it. But I know that Gelfling was afraid that she had gotten it because she slept with one of the guys who had it. Now, and the question was whether he had it at the time or it happened later. Because it was like right around that period, you know, it was within like a year. Like, do you remember Zero? Not Cypher. Zero. Yeah, he got it. He got HIV. Were there any other STIs that your group got? Well, I mean, the herpes, but like that's real common. You need to fucking smoke. Yeah. This was a long time. This is decades back. Yeah, this is back in like literally back in the 90s. No. Like, despite everything, like venereal diseases they were a thing, but they weren't as bad as they could be because everyone was using condoms for the most part. Yeah, HPV was rampant, you know. Yeah, for all I know, I have it and I'm asymptomatic. But like, yeah, HPV was pretty rampant. That was the big one. There are a couple guys that got like, I think it was chlamydia. Like we knew one guy who had caught chlamydia at one point. But that guy was nasty. That guy was grimy. Now it's my fucking birthday. Yeah. Talking about you know what's really, really outrageous? Chlamydia. Oh. All right, you take care, Orel. Fucking. Yeah, happy birthday. Thank you, Orel. And thank you, Jim. And thank you, Blonde Artist. I'm now 51. Thank you, Mad Mark. May I have cake and not collect chlamydia. You got it. Well, I didn't get it when it was when it was most possible that I might have. So, nope. I'm good. I did a lot of fucking, but I wore a lot of condoms. I don't know when the AI bubble's gonna pop. Probably pretty soon. You know. The infamous story of room 207. Was that the bondage party room? Stofers? No, I don't think I know this story. This story I don't think I know. Oh, fuck, yes. Yeah. The CD player through the picture frame window. Who the fuck was that? Who the fuck was that did that? No, I'm thinking of Disclave. Okay. There was a bondage party room at EveCon, though. I know because I was in it. Yeah, but who was it who actually threw the CD player through the window thinking that it would go into another dimension? As I remember, that was night one. The con hadn't even technically started. Like Saturday was usually the night everything would jump off. Oh man, who was it? Who was it caused him to freak out? Like, because that was some fucking, like, Keith Moon shit right there. Give you one guess. Bytor? That's my guess. Nope. Oh. I'm out. I'm out. Think about people you know. Oh. Would it be Ripple? I see what you did there, cute little cat girl. I see what you did there. No, not Ripple. Okay, so not Ripple. Not fucking not Bytor. The obvious choice. Okay, so it has to be someone that I'm thinking people that fuck with people like way too hard. Johnny Slaughter? Dave. Oh. Okay, yeah, that should have been obvious. Yeah. Yeah, that should have been obvious. Dave. This is a different Dave than the Dave we were talking about earlier, kids. Yeah, now this is still the like fucking like if I throw this through the window and chuck it into the car in the parking lot, it will go into another dimension, right? Like this is that same fucking CD player that got thrown through a window. We're not thinking of two different events. Yes, okay, it's the same event. Okay, yeah. Woo! God. Some insanity going on. I mean, I'm glad I got DC, but never let it be said DC won intense. Hey, Donoff. How's the Philippines? I was in the room. Everyone got cleared out. Did you get cleared out or did everyone clear out? Sitting at the stairwell right outside the room, CD player went through the window. Oh, Jesus, it was loud. I bet. Yeah, I only heard about that shit. Oh. The room cleared out because the room was full of people on acid. Oh my God.
I guess I didn't know. I guess I didn't know.
Ah!
I guess I didn't know.
Good God. I'd say what were we on, but I think we all know. I hear the Smash Dave comes running into the stairwell laughing his ass. Oh, of course. Of course, that sounds like Dave. Man, how fucking... Oh. Because somehow the guy that caused the freak out didn't get kicked out? Yeah, sounds about right. Tech companies create a smart toilet. What makes it so smart? Does it analyze my turds? Oh my God. Let's see, like... Memories at the corner of my mind. Maybe that's why everything feels like it's going so slow and sedate lately. Maybe I've earned it. Tells you to eat more fiber. Huh. Jesus. How is it we have more crazy drug stories about DC than I do, like, during the raver period? It's probably because all the drug stories I have in the raver period are actually like kind of, and then we saw God, man. Like a little more chill, except for that one time. Except for that one time when I spoke with an angel. I think you remember that one. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that one was, I think, that was at Hatter's place, right? Did I ask God any questions? Yeah, I asked God how I'm doing. He said, all right. It seemed like the only question worth asking. Oh, explain the angel? Okay. So I was high on acid and ecstasy, And, yeah, we're in the cab living. Yeah. The angel story is basically I was high on acid and ecstasy. I was on a heroic dose, particularly of acid, because I had a small bottle of liquid acid in my vest pocket. I could only get a few drops out, so I thought, fuck it, I'll just suck down the whole thing. But what I didn't realize. Oh, God, that shit was so strong. But what I didn't realize is the reason there were only a few drops left in the bottle is because the alcohol had evaporated. So I'm getting a heavily concentrated dose of lysergic acid diethylamide. So during this whole thing, I went and tried to go on this discovery to see if magic is real. Eventually, an angel shows up, picks me up, and flies me through the solar system. And says, "You're about to die. But don't worry, you'll live." So, I go screaming through the kundalini of consciousness. Again, back and forth, again and again and again. And I ask the angel, well, okay, so I'm kind of getting used to this now. This constantly living and dying thing. Why is it so scary the first time it really happens? And the angel goes, oh, no, it just is. And I'm like, why are you talking to me, by the way? And they're like, well, I'm kind of like the highest consciousness angel that you can fucking speak to. You know, the ones ahead of me or like the ones over me are like that. You can't even talk to them. You know, I could talk to them, but you can't. I'm like, oh, holy shit. There's some fourth dimensional shit happening to my mind right now. I'm like, yeah, pretty much. Meanwhile, I'm running around the apartment like a maniac, apparently. Because in my mind, I'm floating through the universe with an angel learning the secrets of the cosmos. In reality, I'm running around going... Met a throne angel? Well, I didn't ask him what his rank was. That seemed rude. No, it's a much more typical angel shape, you know? Like this person with wings. When he brought me back down to Earth, there were then two shapes, two forms that appeared before me. One comes off as masculine, the other as feminine. And they say, we at the Earth Coincidence Control Office are a little bit worried about you. Are you feeling okay? And I said, I'm feeling okay. Does that mean I am okay? And they were like, yes. Okay, just checking. This was also the period of time where during this whole thing, I was shown two doors. One was the door to, like, heaven. And I'm like, if I go through that door, does that mean I die? Like, physically? And they don't answer. And then there's the other door, where in that door, I would have ultimate power over everything. But there would only ever be me. There would never be anyone else. Like, everything would simply be a reflection of myself. Not like I wouldn't be meeting other souls or other people. It would just be aspects of myself. And I'm like, that sounds like that rots. That sounds like that rots. And I don't want to physically die, and you're not telling me whether I will or not, so that leads me to believe that's a possibility. Where's the third door? There's always a third door. And then that part ended. You know, I did look through the door of heaven and saw people I knew there, but I was confused because most of them were people who hadn't died yet. And I asked them, how long have you been, how are you here, not dead yet? You're like, oh, well, that means, you know, time doesn't work the same way here. Like, we just got here and we're waiting for you. And I'm like, but you're still back there waiting for me. Don't know what to tell you. Magic is real, but humanity has to get there on its own. What does that mean, Jack? Well, if I was to use my own experience as any sort of guidepost, it means that you have to come to that realization on your own. First of all, you have to have an idea what magic is. You know, we all have an instinctual idea of what magic is, but like, there is that question of, is it, how real is, the question is not, is it real? The question is, how real is it? In what way is it real? And I absolutely agree with Alan Moore, which is magic and art are essentially the same thing. They're describing the same thing. They come from the same place. But I've always gotten the feeling that indeed they actually meant the weirder things. Because the boundary between the fictional and the real is in itself strange. And it seems like things move between them. And they seem to move between them through us. This is something I really wish Yogi was here for, because it really helps to have another person who had the same experience try to help nail down the language. You know, it's, can you do magic and can it work? Yes. Is it reliable? No. You can only do certain, you can do a lot with it. You can do things which are miraculous with it. But the way it manifests is a bit out of your control. Much like art. Your hand and mind is the one guiding the brush of the pen. But ask any really good artist. Did they plan it that way? No. They had an idea. And they made it. They made the picture. But art doesn't follow, art like magic doesn't follow a very specific plan. It manifests through a type of desire. And a big question is, when you enter the imagination, when you use the imagination, when you're in contact with it, when your mind is in that place, are there things that live there? Is there flora? Is there fauna? And there does seem to be something. There do seem to be things there. You can make things manifest through art/magic. But it will only manifest in ways that it can. Magic is what seems miraculous, but happens anyway. It's something that very few people have attempted to cultivate in a way that can be easily taught to others. One of the people that attempted to do this was Carl Jung. And he was only really so successful at it. Because, I mean, we all live in a modern materialistic world. And by materialistic, I don't mean consumer-based. I mean, we put a high priority on the physical and the real. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but it has come at the cost of whatever it is art and magic touches upon. And we can feel its loss. We feel its loss even though we don't know exactly what it is. I think at some points, certain cultures have been better at utilizing and experiencing this phenomenon. But it's so highly individualistic, we're not going to do it by doing the will of others. We're not going to get there by following the will of others. It's got to be something that the individual finds. And right now, the only real framework we have for how things work, technically there are two. One is repetition. So when I asked God if magic was real, and he said, yes, but humanity has to get there on its own, is that what he meant? I cannot speak for the will of God. This is my guess. Because my answer was much simpler. The answer was yes. But that came along with the feeling that I had somehow discovered it. You know, it could be that I think humanity does have to discover it on its own. And I think every individual has to discover it on its own. Now, you don't have to, but it might be beneficial. Yeah, sure, I can ask him. I mean, you could also just ask God yourself. You know, you could always just ask yourself. But sure, I could talk to Yogi about it for you. I mean, I'd be interested in to see what he said. I don't know how I got an audience with God to begin with, so it's got to ask him or her. Well, what were you doing? Were you in meditation? Were you praying? Were you high? Like, one thing I know about the spiritual, which is forever frustrating, but you can take some solace in this. The answer is always going to be right there. It's always going to be within arm's reach. It's always going to be just right there. Something that was just there that you're blind to. It's always the answer. That's always the answer. No, just sleeping? Well, try to remember next time you're sleeping to ask. Do you know lucid dreaming techniques? No. Okay, well, all right. Next time you're dreaming, try to do this. Look at your hand. If it does anything but stay a hand, you're dreaming. Well, whatever you do, definitely, about Carl Jung, whatever you do, avoid the work of Jordan Peterson. Jordan Peterson is wrong about Jung all the time. And I think he deliberately twists it. I believe Peterson deliberately twists Jung's words. Who's Jordan Peterson? Just know that he is someone that you should not listen to. He's like this alt-right philosopher, mythologist guy. Do not listen to him. Know that I am of the firm belief that that guy is wrong and that he is a motherfucker. He will try to lead you down a course that bends towards fascism. Because the most important things to that man is hierarchy. He is attempting to make himself a spiritual patriarch. He's got one problem, though. The mystical doesn't work that way. What I would do is you can get copies of Jung's work and just start reading and just read it. Because the interesting thing about Jung is he's one of the fathers of modern psychology. Yeah, a guy that hates Gnosticism yet somehow loves Jung, biggest Gnostic of the last century. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he speaks to lost boys that fall into far-right thinking. Yeah, and I'm of the opinion he does this deliberately. Because he is not only Peterson wants a conservative world, and it's very obvious. Red Book was not okay. The Red Book is not a bad place to start if you resolve yourself to the fact that you're not going to understand it. The Red Book is part dream journal, part grimoire. There are a lot of things in it that you may find important, but you will not understand the whole thing because you are not Jung himself. And even Jung himself probably didn't understand everything that he wrote in that book. It's a dream journal and a grimoire. On that level, super fascinating. Super fucking fascinating. And it tells you a lot about Jung himself. And he does deconstruct Western thought in that book. It's very interesting. I recommend everyone read it, but I recommend reading it with the caveat that it is incredibly hard to understand. Don't get down on yourself if you're like, I have no idea what's going on. If you want something that's a little more potentially understandable, there is a book that is Jung's writing on the feminine, which I believe is like I think it's called Carl Jung. I have it. Let me go check. All right, the title of the one that I was trying to remember is Aspects of the Feminine. You read Aspects of the Feminine and you'll start to understand why Jordan Peterson is full of fucking shit when it comes to Carl Jung. Another one I have is The Basic Writings of Carl Jung, of C.G. Jung. It's also important to remember that Jung wouldn't write about everything. You know, he's fumbling. He's a very disciplined mind fumbling through the same problems we're talking about now. And then there is his thing on his letters on dreams. Which is probably, I don't know about his mathematical equations. Like a lot of people, he tried to use math to prove certain things, and I don't know, man. You know, like that part I'm not sure about. But the Red Book is dense and it is rough. You know, he does things, it's like reading Finnegan's Wake. Which I don't know if you've ever attempted to read Finnegan's Wake. But it's a very, very complicated book to read. Because James Joyce is doing, it is James Joyce, right? Yeah, James Joyce. Yeah, it is James Joyce. Oh, but you did read Journey Through the Nightland. Okay. Are you talking about Okay, you're talking about, like, when you say Journey Through the Nightland, do you mean William Hope Hodgson? House by the Borderland? Okay. House by the Borderland. Yeah. William Hope Hodgson. Yeah, House on the Borderland. Yeah, that's William Hope Hodgson. I haven't read either of them. Yeah, to be fair, I haven't read any William Hope Hodgson. Something I should probably fix. Yeah. I don't know how Hodgson writes because I haven't read him, but I would try reading the Red Book and see what you get out of it. You know. But I also recommend things like Aspects of the Feminine and the basic writings of Carl, just to get an idea. Because a lot of what Jung deals with is the shadow self, the part of us that remains hidden from consciousness until you make an active effort to integrate it. Because he's also kind of like of the opinion that within the shadow is a hidden power. Oh, man. Well, let's see, I've been going on for 3 hours plus. I should probably log off for now. But first, let's just vibe out for a little bit. Yeah, I won't get hit by an ice cream truck there, Zevon. Take care. Really make a book channel? I don't know. I don't think I read enough to make a book channel. Not enough for me to feel like a real expert on something. All right. So, remember, everybody, I want to thank you all for wishing me a happy birthday. That was great. I love you all very much. So remember, until next time, Ave Satanas Disco Inferno. Remember, Satan and I love you all very much. And until next time, remember, Satan and I love you. Good night. See you later, Space Cowboys.